Hi everyone, it's Kilz Gaming. This is Playdead Live. This is Kilz event, season 2, week number 4, the Chamber and the Chamber. And you know, we got a great event set up for you guys. I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago, we teased what was going to happen tonight. And sometimes things are not exactly what they seem. A little bit of reverse polarity maybe tonight. So do me a favor, if you want on time XP, type Chamber in chat right now. Make sure you get on time XP. And then give me any pre-match buffs that you think you might need, because you never know what we're going to run into tonight as we show you how you got here in the first place. Enjoy.
Who intentionally trying to seduce me, torturing me, make me act as a puppet, like you always do, like you always do. So disgusting how much I desire you. You always got a kiss for me right down your pocket. Open my heart with your spell, a nice and pleasant hell. Like you always do, like you always do to me. Beneath your skin, green intentionally trying to abuse me, torturing me, make me act as a puppet, like you always do, like you always do. So disgusting how much I desire you. You always got a kiss for me right down your pocket. Open my heart with your spell, a nice and pleasant hell, like you always do to me. Like
if you say what you mean and I listen close, then I'll know what you mean. So the theory goes, but here in the real world, it don't work that way. You claim I don't hear anything you say. The myth of translation says words can convey intentions and meaning from your heart to my brain. Miscommunication has plainly been framed. The myth of translation is clearly to blame. We feel sweetheart children, all flavors alike.
All right, everyone, welcome to the chamber. So tonight we already got a death in the house. Julia wasted no time grabbing a grenade that definitely did not belong to her. Valar, thank you so much for that super chat. Before we get into tonight's event, I'm going to explain it to you in a second. Hello, 999 Kills Great Mods channel members, sponsors, PDL. This is what it's all about. Appreciate you, Valar, and showing a little bit of love at the beginning of this stream. So tonight's going to be a little bit different because, like I said, it is reverse polarity. So typically we get in here, it is accumulate a whole bunch of strikes. But tonight, you are going to be able to remove strikes by good gameplay. So we're not going to add any additional strikes to anybody that is here. But the better you play, the more strikes you can get removed. How cool is that? It is the opposite effect. So we're going to get down to what we're doing tonight. Now look, all is not fun and games. There is still going to be some penalty and some consequence for your bad gameplay. But we'll find that out in a minute. So let me explain how the chamber and the chamber works. We got a little roulette wheel here. Now, this is going to potentially cost you. So you don't want to lose twice. If you lose twice, you're out. And you can't get a lot of those strikes removed. Well, yes, it does. It means death, and it also means you're going to lose some specialty grenades tonight. Now, I will keep up with that. So, inventory team, you don't have to because it's going to get really confusing how it all goes down. Okay? So, for this event, even though you're going to be typing specialty grenades in chat, we're not using this chat for those grenades. All right. So, the way this is going to work is it's a little game of chamber or roulette. So, we're going to pick a player, and that player is going to be the player in the lead, Ron. And Ron, you are going to be able to pick an opponent. And Ron, you notice there are 6 different grenades up on the wheel. Now in round number 1, Ron, you go first. You're going to tell me one of those that is not going to come up, right? Like there's something in the chamber. Hopefully for you, it does not come up, because if it does, you lose. You res and restore, you die, and you lose. Now these are the best 2 out of 3. So a match constitutes the 3 games you'll play against that person. So if you lose 2 out of 3, you're not out of it yet. But if you lose 2 matches, you are out of it. All right? So here's the way it works. Ron picks Valar. And it can be anybody. All right, so Ron, tell me which one of those 6 grenades is not going to be spun. Now, if the one you pick comes up, you lose that grenade, Ron, out of your inventory, and you res and restore. St. Milo, Oracle, Snowstorm, Summoning Grenade, Grizzly, and Unforgiven. All right, Ron, picked Grizzly. Let's spin the wheel. It is Grizzly, and Ron died. Ron, that is not the start you wanted. Res and restore Ron. All right. Now we're going to start round 2. This is a brand new game. Okay? Once someone dies, all those picks come off the board. Valar, pick one of those 6 grenades that is not going to come up. Valar picking Oracle. Oh my goodness, you guys are terrible at this. you got like a 85% chance of winning, and you lost. Valar, Res and Restore. Wow. Okay. And Valar, you also lose an Oracle. So when you lose, you also lose that grenade. But when you lose the match. All right, we go back to Ron. Now, this is whoever wins this next game wins the match and is 1-0. All right, Ron. Brand new game. Pick a grenade that is not going to come up. I'm never playing Russian roulette with y'all. Ever. Ron says no snowstorm. All right, it is Oracle. Now, Valar, here's the problem. When you pick, the Oracle stays there. So now you will have a 33% chance of dying. So, Valar, the Oracle is still on the board. So if an Oracle comes up, you lose. But now you got to pick one of those other 5. Now there's going to be 2 in the chamber. See how this works? So Valar is going to pick Milo. All right. If it is a Milo or an Oracle, Valar loses and Ron advances. Here we go. It is a Grizzly. All right. Nobody is lost. Nobody is dead. All right, Ron. Now, if it is an Oracle or a Milo, you're going to lose the match, but you got to pick a third one. So pick one of the other ones. Still on the wheel. Ron picking Unforgiven. All right, if it is a Oracle, Milo, or Unforgiven, Ron dies and Valar wins the first match. Here it is. It is a Milo. Ron loses a Milo and loses the match. Ron, Res and Restore. We're going to put you over here. You are 0-1. Valar, you are 1-0. Now, Ron is not out of it yet because you have to lose 2 games to be out of it. All right. Dr. Dye, I need you to pick an opponent that is not played yet. Dr. Dye picking Jim. All right, Dr. Dye, pick one of those 6 that you don't want to come up. This kind of feels like, it does feel like Russian roulette, doesn't it? Snowstorm. Let's spin that wheel. Is it? It is a oracle. All right, Gemstone. Pick one of those 5 specialty grenades besides oracle will still be on the board. So pick one of the 5 remaining. Jim picking a summoning grenade. All right, if it is a summoning or an oracle, she dies. It is a grizzly. Jim's still alive. All right. Dr. Dye, you have to pick a 3rd grenade. And oracle and summoning is already on the board. Dr. Dye picking Milo. All right, if it is a Milo, summoning or oracle, Dr. Dye dies and Jim wins. Here it is. It is Snowstorm. She's still alive. Dr. Dye still alive. All right, Jim. You have to pick one of the 3 remaining. Grizzly, Unforgiven, or Snowstorm. And you have a 66% chance of dying. Jim says Unforgiven. All right, if it's any of those 4, Oracle, Summoning, Milo, Unforgiven, Jim dies and Dr. Dye wins. Here we go. It is Oracle. Gemstone loses an Oracle. Jim, Res and Restore. Dr. Dye's ahead 1-0. All right, Gemstone, you get the benefit of going first this time. So, Jim, pick any one of those 6 that is not going to come up on the spin. Jim says, no Milo. All right, let's spin it. Anything but a Milo. It is a Grizzly. All right, Dr. Dye. Pick one of the 5 remaining besides the Milo that's up there. Dr. Dye says Oracle. She needs anything but a Milo and an Oracle. It is a Snowstorm. All right. That was a good spin, Dr. Dye. All right, Jim. Pick a 3rd. Milo and Oracle are off the board. Pick a 3rd, and you will have a 50-50 chance of surviving. And, of course, a 50-50 chance of not surviving. All right, picking Snowstorm. Here we go. She needs anything but a Milo, Oracle, or Snowstorm. Look at that. It's a Grizzly. She's still alive. All right, Dr. Dye. One of the 3 remaining grenades, and you know you got a 66% chance of not making it past this spin. Dr. Dye says Unforgiven. All right, there's only 2 that can save her. Here it is. And Grizzly and Summoning are the only 2 things that can come up to save her. What's it going to be? It is Summoning. Dr. Die. Beating the odds. All right, Jim. Now, odds are you ain't going to make it. But you got to pick one of those two final ones. But if you get this spin, you automatically win. So, Jim, summoning or grizzly, which one is not going to come up? Jim says summoning. All right. That means the only way Jim can stay in this match is to spin a grizzly. Doc, if she gets a grizzly, you lose. Oh, it is a summoning. Jim loses a summoning. And Jim res and restore. Jim now 0-1. Dr. Die 2-0. Craven Light. Pick one of the remaining players. Craven picking Kel. All right, Craven Light, tell me which grenade is not going to come up. Craven says no grizzly. All right, let's spin it. It is a grizzly. Oh, boy. All right, just like that. Craven dug himself a hole. Craven loses the grizzly. Res and restore Craven. I am not playing Russian roulette with y'all, I'm telling you. All right. Kel, fresh game. Pick one of those 6. Kel says Milo. Let's spin it. Look at that. You guys must be kidding me. You must be kidding me. Milo. Kel dies and loses a Milo. Wow. It's like that first game all over again. All right. Kel, res and restore. All right, Craven Light. Pick one of those 6. Craven says there will not be a snowstorm this round. And he is correct. It is a Milo. All right, Kel. Pick one of the remaining 5. Snowstorms are off the board. So it cannot be a snowstorm because he picked it. Kel says Milo. All right, if it is a Milo or a snowstorm, Craven wins. Anything else? Kel's still alive. It is a Milo. Kel loses a Milo. That's her second Milo lost. And Craven gets the win. Kel, res and restore. All right, Julia. Pick one of the remaining 3 players. Julia and Justice. All right, Julia. Tell me a grenade is not going to come out. Julia says no Oracle. And she's correct. It is a St. Milo. So oracles are off the board. Justice. Pick one of the other 5 that's not the Oracle. Justice says Unforgiven. If it is an Unforgiven or Oracle, he loses. Anything else, he's alive. It is an Oracle. Justice, Res and Restore. And Justice loses an Oracle. Just like, rent, mister. Justin, did somebody owe you rent? Oh, Res and Restore. I thought you were yelling at some dude to pay you rent. Like, Unforgiven, rent, mister. All right, Justice. Pick any one of those 6 that's not going to come up. Justice says Milo. Anything but Milo keeps him alive. Oh, no. It is a Milo. Justice, just like that, loses a Milo and loses the game. Res and Restore for us one more time, Justice. All right, do we have Busy? Busy might be late. All right, we got Cat. Do we have Animal? Joe, you still here? So I don't have your avatar loaded because you didn't RSVP with me. So I am going to let you play, but you're going to play under Busy's avatar, and I will add you to the score sheet. I think this is the first time you've been here for the Kilz event. All right. So we got Animal and Cat. No, you haven't, because you haven't removed any strikes yet. All right. Cat, pick one of those 6 grenades. It's not going to come up. All right, Cat says Grizzly. All right. If Grizzly comes up, she dies. If not, we go to the Animal. It is an Oracle. All right, Joe, pick one of those remaining 5 grenades. that's not Oracle. Could be Milo, Unforgiven, Grizzly, Summoning, or Snowstorm. All right, Animal says Summoning. Now, Joe, if it is Summoning or Oracle, you die. If it's anything else, that would be good for you. So you want anything except Summoning and Oracle? It is Milo. All right, Animal still alive. Cat, you have to pick one of the remaining 4. Cat picking Snowstorm. Snowstorm, Summoning, or Oracle will finish your game. It is a Milo. Cat still alive. All right, Animal. You got 3 choices left. You want to pick one that's not going to come up. Grizzly, Milo, or Unforgiven? Which one is not going to show up? He says Unforgiven. Now keep in mind, he has a 66% chance of dying. He's hoping for a Grizzly or a Milo. Oh, and it's a Milo! Oh my goodness! Animal still alive. All right, Cat. You got to pick one of those remaining 2, Grizzly or Milo. Sorry, not Grizzly. Grizzly. All right, Grizzly, Summoning, Snowstorm, Unforgiven, and Milo. Oracle is the only thing that will save her. If it's an Oracle, she wins. If it's anything except an Oracle, she dies. It is a Summoning. All right, Cat, Res, and Restore. And Cat loses a Summoning Grenade. All right, Cat 1, Animal 0. All right, Animal, we start a brand new game. Pick one of those 6. Any one of those 6. Only one. Animal says Oracle. He wants anything but an Oracle. It is Unforgiven. Animal still alive. Cat. Pick anything except an Oracle. Cat pick an Unforgiven. She can't get an Unforgiven or an Oracle or she loses. And it is an Oracle. Cat loses. Res and Restore Cat. Animal getting the win. So we have 5 players with 1 win. 5 players with 1 loss. All right, the highest rated player on the right side is Cravenlight. Cravenlight. Pick one of the players on the right side. Julia, Villar, Doc, or Joe. All right, we got Craven. And we got Animal. Each playing their second game. Craven, pick one of those grenades that's not going to come up. One player will go 2-0. One player will go 1-1. Craven says no Unforgiven. He's correct. It's a summoning. All right, Animal. Pick any one of those except Unforgiven. Animal says Grizzly. He's open for anything but an Unforgiven or a Grizzly. It is, oh, it's a Grizzly. Animal. Res and Restore Animal, and you'd lose a Grizzly. All right, Animal, brand new game. Pick one of those 6. Animal, hoping it's not a snowstorm. Snowstorm, he loses. Anything else? Oh, look at that. It is a snowstorm. Animal, Res and Restore again. You died. First one in the chamber. Craven Light going to 2-0. Dr. Die. Pick Villar or Julia to square off against. All right. We got Dr. Die. We got Julia, 2 of the higher rated players. Dr. Die, pick one of those grenades that's not going to come up. Dr. Die says Grizzly. And it is a snowstorm. All right, Julia. Pick any one of those except Grizzly. Julia, pick an Oracle. Anything but Oracle and Grizzly, and it is a, oh, it's an Oracle. Julia, dead, Res and Restore. Not what she wanted to see, and she loses an Oracle. All right, Julia, pick any one of those 6. Julia, starting out with Milo. Milo, she loses. Anything else? She's still alive. It is a snowstorm. She's still alive. Dr. Dye, give me anything except a Milo. Dr. Dye says snowstorm. She wants anything except a snowstorm or a Milo. Oh, barely. Barely holding on. It's an oracle. All right, Julia, back to you. Anything except Milo and snowstorm. Dr. Dye's feeling good. She's up 1-0. And Julia has a 50-50 chance of dying. Julia says summoning grenade. She wants no summoning, no Milo, and no snowstorm. Oh, and she got her wish. It's a grizzly. Dr. Dye, the pressure's on you now. All right, Dr. Dye, give me one of the remaining 3. Dr. Dye says grizzly. Well, she's hoping for an oracle or unforgiven. Oh my goodness, it's an unforgiven. Dr. Dye, still alive, Julia. Oh my goodness, you got one shot at it, Julia. There's only 2 remaining. Julia, Milo's already been picked. You picked that first. Got to be oracle or grizzly. Wait, no. Got to be oracle or unforgiven. Milo, snowstorm, summoning, and grizzly are off the board. Julia picking oracle. All right. Dr. Dye, if it's unforgiven, you lose. If it's anything else, you win. Julia, you did it twice. You picked what you spun. All right, Julia losing another oracle. Julia res and restore. And you are now 1-1. Dr. Dye going to 2-0. And Villar. You are 1-0. Pick one of those players, Ron, Jim, Kel, Justice, or Cat, and you have a chance to eliminate them, meaning they will get no strikes removed. All right, picking Ron. Busy, we'll get you in the next event because we're already halfway through this one. All right. If Villar wins, she advances. If Ron wins, he stays alive. Villar, pick one of those 6. Now, there are no strikes given tonight if you started the event. But if you lose this event, you won't gain any strike removers. All right, Villar says Unforgiven. Let's spin it. Ooh, it was almost. It's a Milo. Ron, pick anything except Unforgiven. Ron says Oracle. All right, if it's Oracle Unforgiven, he loses. Anything else, he's still alive. It is Unforgiven. Ron loses an Unforgiven. And he gets a strike. Ron, Res and Restore. All right, Ron, starting fresh. Give me one of those 6 that's not going to come up. Ron says no Milo's coming up. Let's see. And he's correct. It's a summoning grenade. All right, Villar. Give us anything except a Milo. Villar says Snowstorm. Snowstorm or a Milo, she loses. Oh, she barely got it to the summoning. That was tough to watch, Ron. All right, Ron, you know your odds are 50-50. She barely escaped. So give me anything except Milo and Snowstorm. Ron says Grizz. If it's a Grizz, Milo, or Snowstorm, the number 1 player in the event is going to be eliminated. Anything else, he's still alive. Milo, Grizz, or Snowstorm? It is summoning. Ron, still alive. All right, Villar. Give us one of those remaining 3. Villar says Oracle. She has a 66% chance of dying. If it's Oracle, Grizz, Snowstorm, or Milo, she's out. It is Oracle. Villar. Keeping Ron alive. Villar will lose an Oracle. We're tied. Don't count Ron out yet. He is the leader. Villar, Res and Restore. And we got a tiebreaker. All right, Villar, pick one of those 6. Villar says grizzly. She needs anything but a grizzly. It is a Milo. All right, Ron. Pick anything except a grizzly. Got a 67% chance of surviving. Ron says Unforgiven. He wants anything except an Unforgiven or a grizzly. It is an Oracle. Ron's still alive. All right, Villar. Pick anything except grizzly or Unforgiven. You have a 50-50 chance of losing right here. Villar says Snowstorm. Grizzly, Unforgiven, or Snowstorm, she's out. Anything else, she's still alive. It is a grizzly. Villar losing a grizzly. And Ron is not going away. Just like that. Father Ron is back in it at 1-1. All right. This is a true elimination match. Justice. And Kel. Justice and Kel. The winner is still alive. The loser will be out with no strikes removed. But again, tonight is reverse polarity. So, you don't get any strikes. But you don't lose any. You don't remove any. All right, Justice. Give me one of those 6 grenades. Justice says Snowstorm. He wants anything but. And he is good. It's Unforgiven. Justice still alive. Kel, give me one of those remaining 5. Kel says Oracle. She wants anything but an Oracle and a Snowstorm. It is Unforgiven. She's still alive. Justice. Give me anything except a Snowstorm or an Oracle. I hate to say it, but one of our players is going to be eliminated from this event at the end of this match. Justice says Grizzly. 50-50 chance. It is. Oh, he barely got past the Grizzly. It's Unforgiven. Justice still alive. Kel, pick one of the remaining 3. You got a 67% chance of not surviving. Kel says, let's go with Summoning Grenade. All right. She's hoping for a Milo or Unforgiven. Anything else she's done. It is summoning. She called her shot, but that's not what she wanted. Kel, you lose the summoning grenade and res and restore. Justice 1 win away from getting back in it. Kel 1 loss away from being out of it. Kel, pick one of those 6. We got a fresh game. Kel says Grizzly. She wants anything but a Grizzly. And she got it. Unforgiven. Justice. Give me one of the remaining 5. Justice says Milo. Justice is like, no Milo, no Grizzly. Oh, it's Unforgiven. Look at that. Justice still alive. All right, Kel. No Grizzly, no Milo. You got a 50-50 chance of being eliminated from this event and walking away with no strikes removed. Kel says Snowstorm. Anything but a Snowstorm, Milo, or Grizzly. And it is a Milo. All right, Kel, res and restore. Kel is eliminated. No strikes removed. But again, tonight, you're not gaining any strikes. So still, it's a nice reward for being here. So obviously, people not here, they lose strikes. Justice is now 1-1. All right. We got Jim. And we got Kat. Another elimination match. Loser is out. Winner will be 1-1. Gemstone. Pick one of those 6 grenades. Jim picking Milo. She wants anything but a Milo. And she gets it. Jim's still alive. With a summoning. All right, Kat. Pick anything except Milo. Kat picking Unforgiven. It is Snowstorm. Still alive. All right, Jim. Back to you. Anything except Milo and Unforgiven. You got a 50-50 chance of losing if one of those 3 come up. She says Snowstorm. She wants anything but those 3. Oh, she got it. It is summoning. Jim still alive. Kat. Give me one of the remaining 3. And you got a 67% chance of losing. Kat says Oracle. A lot of people have been calling their shot on Oracle, so I'm afraid Oracle's going to come up. Let's spin it. She wants anything but Milo, Unforgiven, Snowstorm, or Oracle. Wasn't Oracle, but it was Snowstorm. She still got the loss. Kat losing a Snowstorm and losing the first game. Jim, 1 win away from advancing. All right, round 2. Cat, give me any of those 6. Resin Restore, and then give me any of those 6. Cat, give me a grenade pick. Starting out with summoning. She wants anything but summoning. Woo! Barely, barely, but she beat it. All right, Jim. Give me anything but summoning. Man, a little bit further and Cat would have been eliminated in Chamber 1. Jim says Unforgiven. She wants anything but summoning or Unforgiven. She's good. It's a Milo. All right, Cat. You got 4 choices left. Anything but summoning or Unforgiven. Cat, 50-50 chance of being eliminated. Going with Grizzly. She needs anything but summoning, Unforgiven, or Grizzly. And it is Grizzly. Cat is out. Resin Restore, Cat. Gemstone advancing. All right, neither Cat nor Kel having any strikes removed. All right, players still remaining. Animal, Julia, Ron, Valar, Justice, and Jim. Each of these players are 1-1. This is an elimination match. Justice versus Valar. The winner moves on. The loser will have 1 strike removed. See, you still get, even if you lose, you win. Justice, pick one of those 6. Justice says Snowstorm. All right, let's spin it. It's a Milo. He's still alive. Valar. Pick anything but Snowstorm. Now, let me also tell you, the longer you play, the more strikes are going to be removed. So if you're still in it, you got a chance for a big night. Valar says Summoning. She wants anything but Snowstorm or Summoning. Ouch. Snowstorm. Valar loses a Snowstorm and loses the first round. All right, Valar. Resin Restore. And you got to win this match. If not, you're out and Justice advances. Valar, pick any one of those 6. Villar says, let's start with summoning. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, Villar. Ouch. Villar, Restore. Justice is still alive. Justice going to 2-1. Villar is eliminated. But Villar, good news. You got 1 strike removed so far tonight. All right, Animal and Jim. Jim, give me 1 of 6. Jim says snowstorm. She wants anything but a snowstorm. And it's good. Oracle. Animal, give me anything except snowstorm. Animal says Milo. No Milo, no snowstorms, what he's looking for. He's good. It's a grizzly. All right. Gemstone, anything but snowstorm or Milo. Jim says Oracle. No Oracle, no Milo, no snowstorms, what she's looking for. Oh, look at that, making it tough on him. Jim with a grizzly. All right, Animal. You got to pick one of the remaining 3. Summoning, Grizzly, or Unforgiven. Animal says Unforgiven. He's got a 67% chance of dying. Oh, barely went to Unforgiven. If it would have stayed on Grizzly. All right, Animal, you lose an Unforgiven. Res and Restore. And you are 1 loss away from being eliminated, and Jim is 1 win away from advancing. All right, Animal. Pick any one of those 6. Animal says, let's start with Snowstorm. All right, he wants anything but that Snowstorm. And he got it. All right, Animal still alive. Jim, pick anything except Snowstorm. Unforgiven. It's a grizzly. She's still good. Animal. Anything except Snowstorm and Unforgiven. And you got a 50% chance of being eliminated. But you'd still get 1 strike removed. Milo. All right. He wants anything except Milo, Unforgiven, or Snowstorm. Barely holding on, Animal. It's a grizzly. All right, Jim. Get a little tough now. Any of the remaining three, Jim? Jim picking grizzly. She's only got a 33% chance. She needs an oracle, or she needs a summoning. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She got an oracle. Wow. Animal. Well, you're still alive. Animal, you got to pick oracle or summoning. Animal picking summoning. All right, here's the deal. Okay, I'll spin it. If it's an oracle, animal wins. If it is anything but an oracle, Jim wins and animal is eliminated. Here we go. He's got to have an oracle only. It is, oh my goodness. Joe, if you'd have picked the other one, he picked the one that came up. Oh my goodness. All right, animal is eliminated. He does get one strike removed, though. Now, he is starting in week 4, so he does start out with 24 strikes. But animal, the good news is you lost one tonight. As long as you keep playing, you can keep removing them. All right, Jim Stone has advanced. Ron is the higher rated player versus Julia. The winner advances. The loser gets one strike removed. It's win-win. Ron, pick one of 6. Ron says snowstorm. Is an oracle. Ron's still good. Julia, pick anything except snowstorm. Julia picking Milo. It is a snowstorm. Julia losing a snowstorm and res and restore. All right, Julia. You got 6 to choose from. Fresh game. Make your pick. Julia picking grizzly to start. She wants anything but a grizzly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Julia, you're supposed to pick the one that doesn't come up. Julia eliminated res and restore. Julia getting one strike removed, though. That'll take her down to 8, though. That's nice. Father Ron advancing. All right. Craven Light and Dr. Die. Winner will be 3-0. Loser will be 2-1. Craven Light. Give me one of those 6. Craven going with Oracle. He's good at summoning. Dr. Die. Give me one that's not going to come up besides Oracle. Dr. Die picking Milo. She says no Milo, no Oracle. And she's good. It's a summoning. All right, Craven. Something besides Oracle and Milo. This is not an elimination match. Both these players are undefeated. Craven says summoning. So even if they lose, they're still in it. It is Oracle. Craven loses an Oracle. All right, Dr. Die. Brand new game. Craven, res and restore. And Doc, give me one of those 6. Doc says Unforgiven. She wants anything but. It is a Grizzly. All right, Craven, anything except Unforgiven. I don't have to remind you. If you're wrong, you got your first loss. Craven says Snowstorm. All right, no Unforgiven, no Snowstorm. It is a Oracle. All right, Doc. Anything except Unforgiven and Snowstorm. Doc says Grizzly. She wants no Unforgiven, no Snowstorm, and no Grizzly. And it is a Milo. She's still alive. Oh, my goodness. Craven, she's good. I remember playing Tachi last week, and she was killing it there, too. So, Craven, pick one of the remaining 3. You got a 67% chance of losing. Craven picking Milo. He's opening for Oracle or Summoning. Oh, it's a Snowstorm. Craven losing a Snowstorm. And his record goes to 2-1. Dr. Die going to 3-0. All right, we got a few more matches. Craven, Res, and Restore. Now, number 1, it's a brand new game we rolled out called The Chamber. I love it. We have a lot of fun with this. If you guys are enjoying The Chamber, our version of Russian Roulette, give me triple 9s in chat. And also, while we do that, we're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and I'm going to let y'all guess how many Kilz tokens are now in the pot. Give me your guess. How many Kilz tokens are in the pot?
Beneath your eyes, blue intentionally trying to seduce me, torturing me, make me act as a puppet, like you always do. Like you always do. It's so disgusting how much I desire you. You always got a kiss for me right down your pocket. Dope in my heart with your spell, a nice and pleasant hell, like you always do.
9,000 Kilz tokens are in the pot. And we're still adding. So if that doesn't make you competitive, every player's still in it. All right. It is time for another elimination match. But look, don't be sad, because the loser of this match is still going to have 2 strikes removed. They gain none tonight, they get 2 removed. Gemstone and Justice. Winner advances. Loser gets 2 strikes removed. Gemstone, give me 1 of 6. One of those 6 grenades. Jim says Milo. Anything but a Milo is what she's looking for. Oh, wow. Wow. That could not, y'all need to zoom in on that. That could not have been any closer. It is unforgiven by the slightest of margins. All right. Justice, give me something besides a Milo. Justice says Grizzly. All right, he wants no Milo and no Grizzly. It's a snowstorm. He's still alive. Gemstone. Anything except Milo and Grizzly. Jim says summoning. She wants no Milo, no Grizzly, and no summoning. And she got it. It's a Oracle. All right, Justice. Justice, I need something besides Milo, Grizzly, or summoning. And again, you got a 67% chance of losing. Justice, give me one of those remaining 3. He says Unforgiven. Thank you for that. He's looking for anything except Milo, Grizzly, Summoning, or Unforgiven. Ah, and it is Unforgiven. Justice with the first loss. All right, Justice, res and restore for me. All right, Justice, pick one of those 6. Justice going with Snowstorm. Anything but a snowstorm. And he got it. Gemstone. Anything but a snowstorm. Jim picking Oracle. No Oracle, no snowstorm. She got it. All right, Justice. Give me any pick besides snowstorm and Oracle. Justice, you will have a 50-50% chance, 50-50 chance of losing and being eliminated from this event. Justice says Grizzly. He wants anything but Grizzly, Oracle, or Snowstorm. Those would eliminate him. It is a snowstorm. Justice, res and restore for us. Gemstone, moving on. Justice does get 2 strikes removed, though. Don't feel sorry for that man. That's a good night. 2 strike removed from his total. All right. Craven Light versus Ron. The loser will have 2 strikes removed. The winner will move on. Craven Light. Pick one of 6. Loser removes 2 strikes. The winner advances. Craven says Oracle. Anything but Oracle. He got it. All right, Ron. Anything but Oracle. Ron says Milo. He wants no Milo and no Oracle. Oh, he got the Oracle. Not what he wanted. All right, Ron losing an Oracle. Craven getting that first win. Ron, Res and Restore. And Ron, we're starting fresh. Give us 1 of 6. Ron says summoning. Anything but summoning. It's Unforgiven. He's good. Craven, anything but summoning. Oracle and summoning on the board. Oh, it's an Oracle. Wow. Wow. Both players losing early. Craven Light losing to Oracle. And now we got a tiebreaker. The winner advances. The loser gets 2 strikes removed. Craven, Res, and Restore. Now, I also want to say the importance of this game between these two. Ron came in at first with 5 strikes. Craven tied for second with 7. Dr. Dye up top with 7. So 3 of the top 4 players are still in it to get strikes removed. Several. All right, Craven Light. Give us 1 of 6. Craven says Grizzly. If it's Grizzly, Craven loses and Ron moves on. It is not Grizzly. All right, Ron. Give me anything but Grizzly. Ron must have saw Vlad. All right, Ron says Snowstorm. Ron, if it is a Snowstorm or a Grizzly, you lose, and Craven advances. It is Unforgiven. Ron still alive. Craven, give me a pick, anything but Grizzly or Snowstorm, and you now have a 50-50 chance of losing and being eliminated. Craven says Unforgiven. Unforgiven, Snowstorm, or Grizzly, Craven loses. Oh, it squeaked by. It's a Milo. Oh, my goodness. It was almost Unforgiven. Ron, give us your pick. You got a 67% chance of losing and being eliminated. I think Ron might be praying about it. You can always scroll up, Ron. Milo. Summoning. and Oracle. Milo, Summoning, and Oracle are your choices. Ron, you might be lagging. He's picking Milo. All right, if it's Milo, Unforgiven, Snowstorm, or Grizzly, Ron loses. He's hoping for a Summoning or an Oracle. Summoning or Oracle keeps him alive. Oh, it is the one he picked. All right, Ron. Heading out, but don't despair. Res and Restore on the way out the door. Ron is removing 2 strikes. All right. Gemstone and Craven Light. The loser will remove 3 strikes. So losing's not so bad. Gemstone. Give us one of those 6. Jim says Summoning Grenade. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. Jim gets the Summoning Grenade on the first spin. Jim, Res and Restore. Giving Craven an early advantage. Craven, you're 1 win away from advancing for a rematch with Dr. Die. Craven, pick one of 6. Craven, pick an Oracle. He's good. Gemstone. Jim going with Milo. If it's a Milo or an Oracle, she loses and Craven advances. Anything else, she's still alive. It is a Grizzly. Craven Light, give us something besides Milo and Oracle. Snowstorm. Snowstorm, Milo, or Oracle, he loses. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It just squeaked by. Summoning. All right, Jim. Give us one of those final 3. You got a 67% chance of losing. Odds are not in your favor. Jim picking Grizzly. She's hoping for a Summoning or an Unforgiven. Anything else, Craven advances. It is a Snowstorm. Craven Light. Getting the win, Jim. Not a bad night. Minus 3 strikes. Get you right back in the thick of things. All right. We got 2. Dr. Die's undefeated. Craven Light has lost 1 match. That means Dr. Die only needs to win 1 match. If Craven manages to defeat her, then both will have 1 loss. We will have a second match. So remember, each match is best of 3. Good luck to our 2 finalists. The loser removes 4 strikes. The winner will remove 5 strikes. Loser removes 4, winner removes 5. Dr. Dye, give me one of those 6 grenades. Dr. Dye says Grizzly. It is Milo. She's good. Craven. Something besides Grizzly. Craven says Milo. If it's a Milo or a Grizzly, he loses. Anything else, he's still alive. It is a snowstorm. He's still alive. Dr. Dye, give me the third one. You got a 50-50 chance of losing. Dr. Dye says Oracle. Oracle, Milo, and Grizzly is what she doesn't want. And it's a snowstorm. Craven Light. Dr. Dye's on fire. Give me one of those remaining 3, Craven. You got a 67% chance of losing. Craven says, let's go Unforgiven. Unforgiven, Oracle, Milo, or Grizzly are all losers. Oh, it's Unforgiven. He called a shot. Dr. Dye 1 win away from the Chamber Championship. Craven, Res and Restore. All right, Craven, pick one of 6. If it is an Unforgiven, Dr. Dye wins the championship. Oh my goodness, it's Unforgiven. Oh my goodness. Wow. Dr. Dye with the elimination. Craven Light. -4. Dr. Dye -5. And looks like Dr. Dye is now tied with Ron for first place. All right, that is our first round of the chamber. But we're not done because we have 15 minutes left. But y'all do need to head back and take a look at things. All right. That was a great round. What got moved into your dorm? Wait a minute. What is Crowley doing? Crowley just snatched up Villar. Where the heck did they go? All right, I think we just lost Villar. Looks like Villar and Crowley are flying around. So we got some volunteers to play. I think I saw Julia first. All right, everybody else get in line. All right, I see Julia. I see Kel. I see Craven. I see Busy. Who else going to take a shot? I see Justice. I see Doc. Cat, Gemstone. And looks like Ron will get there when he gets there. Or maybe left to float around in outer space. All right, everybody, that is what we got in store next week. We will be tackling asteroids for a chance to remove more strikes and possibly save Valar.
Darkness meet on the edge of the horizon through the trees. I am a narcissist crippled with self-doubt. I've got a courage that brings me to my knees. I am equal parts sacred and profane. I live my life that way. Full of everyone I love, so I can slip out the back door.